Hello dear students, on 23rd July 2020 we had studied part 3 from the chapter The Cell, and the topic was animal and plant cell. It's a very important topic for examination. So this topic is mentioned in page number 40 of your textbook. So let's begin with it. The topics that we had studied was number 1, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, and it is just for an additional information that is not mentioned in your syllabus. Number 2, difference between plant and animal cell, which is very important and it is there in syllabus. So let's start with it. So coming to prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, number 1, what are prokaryotes? So these are microorganisms or organisms whose genetic material, that is the DNA or RNA, is not covered by a nuclear membrane. I told you in the previous session that the nucleus has got some thread-like structure. When the cell divides, this thread-like structure converts itself into rod-like structures called chromosomes, isn't it? And chromosomes carry what? Genes, and these genes will get transferred from parents to offsprings. So in short, we can say that these prokaryotes have these thread-like structures, chromatin or chromosomes inside the nucleus, but the nucleus does not have a covering, so it is not covered by a membrane. So the examples of prokaryotes are number 1, bacteria, blue-green algae. Coming to eukaryotes, now these are organisms whose genetic material, that is the chromatin or the chromosomes inside the nucleus, will be covered from the outside by an outer covering called as nuclear membrane, and these organisms will be called as eukaryotes, and therefore the cells are referred as eukaryotic cells. Examples are onion cells, all plant cells, and all animal cells comes under eukaryotes. So can you guess human comes under which type of cells? Yes, it should come under eukaryotic cells, because the genetic material in human beings which is present inside the nucleus will be covered from the outside by a covering called as nuclear membrane. Now coming to the most important content of this session, that is difference between plant and animal cells. So here I have the differences in column number 1, it says plant cell, and column number 2 says animal cell. The first difference is that in case of plant cell, the outermost layer is called as the cell wall, and the cell wall will be made up of a material called as cellulose. Whereas in case of animal cell, cell wall is absent, therefore the outermost layer will be the cell membrane, or also called as plasma membrane. Second difference is cells in case of plant cells are large with distinct outlines, whereas in case of animal cells, these cells are usually small with less distinct outlines. Number 3, chloroplasts are cell organelles which are present in plant cell, and chloroplasts are absent in animal cell. And which pigment is present inside the chloroplast? It is chlorophyll. This is the reason why the plants are green in color. The fourth difference, cells generally have a large vacuole in case of plant cell, whereas in case of animal cell, the vacuoles will be small. Plant cell can have more than one vacuoles, and animal cell will have only one vacuole. It's very easy to identify plant and animal cell based on the vacuole. If the vacuole is large inside the cell, it has to be a plant cell, and if it is a small vacuole in the cell, it will definitely be an animal cell. The reserve food material is in the form of starch in case of plant cells. So to explain you in brief, I can say that during photosynthesis, the food which is prepared by the plant in leaves will be stored in structures like roots in the form of starch. Whereas in case of animal cells, the glucose that is present in our blood, excess of it will get converted into a form called as glycogen, and it will be stored in muscles and liver. So the reserve food material in case of plant cell is starch, and in case of animal cell it is called as glycogen. So animal starch is also known as glycogen. In case of plant cell, the cytoplasm is not very dense and granular, whereas in case of animal cell, the cytoplasm is dense and hard. Let's come to the diagrammatic representation of the plant cell. You can see the outer green line, which is shaded, isn't it, is representing the outermost layer of plant cell. And what is that? It has to be cell wall. And interior, just inside of the cell wall, you can see a thin green line, and that is what? Cell membrane. And what is the fluid present inside the cell membrane called as cytoplasm, isn't it? And that's inside that cytoplasm you can see so many cell organelles, like number one, they have labeled it as chloroplast, isn't it? They have also labeled it as what? Mitochondria. They have labeled it as rough endoplasmic reticulum. They have labeled it as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They have labeled nucleus, isn't it? Inside the nucleus they have labeled it as nucleolus. They have even labeled ribosomes. They have labeled Golgi vesicles, isn't it? And you can see in the center of the plant cell, can you see? They have represented the vacuole by a term called as vacuolar membrane, isn't it? So that vacuolar membrane is the outer covering of the vacuole. The entire structure is nothing but a vacuole, but the outer covering is the vacuole membrane, and we had studied that it is called as tonoplast. Am I clear? Now moving on to the animal cell. So what do you notice? In case of animal cell, we do not find the cell wall. So the outermost layer in animal cell will be the cell membrane, which is the outer green line, isn't it? And interior to that, the yellow portion is representing what? The cytoplasm. And in that cytoplasm you can see so many organelles which they have depicted it by various colors. Likewise, pink they have designated as rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Light blue in color, they have labeled it as Golgi bodies. Slightly dark yellowish in color, they have labeled it as nucleus, and inside that nucleus you can see a greenish structure, and they have labeled it as nucleolus, isn't it? Small dotted structures, they have labeled it as ribosomes. Fine. And most important, what you can see is that they have labeled vacuole as dark blue in color. And can you compare the size of vacuole in animal cell and the slide in which we had seen a plant cell? Yes, in case of animal cell, the vacuole is very small, isn't it? So this is it. The session is over, and the assignment for this session would be choose the correct option, straight true false, fill up, and all these three questions have to be done in the textbook itself using pencil, and these questions are mentioned in page number 41 and 42 of your textbook. Question number 4, differentiate between plant and animal cells with the help of a diagram. So you can draw the diagram from the video itself. It is very easy. And please note that the assignment has to be done in the same copy where you have done the previous assignment from the chapter The Cell. And the assignment has to be submitted by all the students to me latest by Monday, that is by 27th 7/20. Thank you and stay safe.